My name is Halime Vicente, a student of GELITWO Z07, and now I will share my insights and key takeaways from GELITWO. So, one of the most transformative insights I gained from the first module came from David Damroch's world literature. This concept illuminated the idea that world literature is not simply about exploring stories from various countries. Rather, it is an intricate web of narratives that circulate, interact, and influence one another within a broader global framework. Damroch's work encouraged me to rethink the role of literature in shaping not just national identities but also a global literary conversation. It's not just the exchange of stories from different corners of the world, but a dynamic interaction where cultures and histories engage in meaningful dialogue. This broader understanding of world literature has significantly deepened my appreciation for the interconnectedness of global narratives, encouraging me to look beyond the national origin of a text and instead focus on how it interacts with and reshapes global perspectives. Moreover, the module helped me realize that national identity is not a static or unchanging concept. Literature, now I understand, is a crucial vehicle through which national identities are imagined, constructed, and often contested. Through literature, nations are not only defined but also challenged, reconstructed, and sometimes reimagined. A work from one country can resonate with shared human experiences, thus fostering a sense of universal connection. However, it can also highlight the specific contradictions and tensions inherent in particular historical, social, or political contexts. During our first module quiz, the readings we examined offered valuable insights into how these national experiences shape and sometimes complicate the stories that emerge. For example, the short film 2 plus 2 equals 5 gave me a glimpse into how oppression works and how authoritarian governments and how it still exists now and hinders progress. As the module progressed, I found myself reflecting on how Philippine literature as a part of the broader global literary landscape has a unique and essential role in these global dialogues. It became clear to me that we are not merely passive recipients of global narratives, but active participants. In their creation and interpretation, this shift in perspective was empowering. It reminded me that our local narratives rooted in distinct histories and experiences are not just relevant but essential to the ongoing global exchange of ideas. Philippine literature, like many other national literatures, contributes to the rich mosaic of global storytelling, and it has the power to shape global conversations while also engaging with them critically. The second module, which explored the colonial past and post-colonial present, provided an even deeper understanding of how the legacies of colonization continue to influence cultural narratives today. One of the most powerful concepts I encountered was the idea of writing back to empire. The notion that literature can serve as a tool for reclaiming voice and identity by challenging and disrupting the narratives imposed by colonizers. This idea was reinforced in Chimamanda TED Talk, The Danger of the Single Story, where she eloquently argued that reducing people, cultures, and histories to a single, unchanging narrative is not only harmful, but also unjust. Her personal anecdotes reveal how stereotypes, rather than being based on falsehood, often emerge from incomplete or distorted truths, which colonial narratives frequently perpetuated. Adichie's message reinforms the importance of telling and reading stories that embrace the complexity, diversity, and multifaceted nature of human experience. It reminds me of the dangers of relying on oversimplified, monolithic depictions of people and cultures, which only serve to perpetuate colonialist ideologies. The poem we discussed in class also resonated with me, as it demonstrated how literature can challenge systemic oppression in a subtle yet powerful way. The wit and clarity of the dialogue revealed how even the simplest of words can expose and resist the larger structures of power. It taught me that healing from historical and ongoing injustices is inherently political, and that literature is a potent form of resistance. In this process, the idea that literature can not only reflect but also actively resist societal oppression is a powerful one, and it shifted my understanding of literature as a tool for social change. In addition, the post-colonial literary theory video helped me critically integrate the Eurocentric narratives I had previously accepted without question. Terms like hybridity, mimicry, and othering opened my eyes to the ways in which colonized people were psychologically conditioned to internalize feelings of inferiority. The video emphasized how these colonial structures of power continue to persist today through various systems such as media, education, and culture. I came to understand that literature is not a simply medium for storytelling, but also a tool for decolonizing the mind. This revelation was a transformative one, as it helped me see the ways in which colonialism effects are not just physical or political, but also psychological and cultural, continue to shape the way we think about others and ourselves and others. The third module, which focused on body, mind, and desire, explored how literature can embody complex human experiences, such as mental health, sexuality, and identity. We examined texts like the Vagina Monologues, Hills Like White Elephants, and Dear Evan Hansen. These works allowed me to see how literature can reflect, critique, and explore intricate human emotions and social issues in ways that are both subtle and profound. In the Vagina Monologues, I was struck by the idea that reclaiming the body can also mean reclaiming one's voice. The work was unapologetically raw and empowering, offering a stark counter-narrative to the often silenced or repressed experiences of women in Hills Like White Elephants. The subtitle of the dialogue revealed that societal pressures surrounding gender roles, reproductive choices, and communication. It was a poignant reminder of how silence can often be as powerful as words, particularly when it comes to issues that are traditional taboo or difficult to discuss. Dear Evan Hansen connected with me on a deeply personal level, particularly in its exploration of loneliness and the yearning to be seen. It reminded me that literature has the power to hold space for difficult emotions such as grief, isolation, and the desire of connection. Even when the path toward healing is unclear or messy. Beyond the texts themselves, the class literature's activities and discussions played an instrumental role in expanding my understanding of literature. The intellectual challenges posed during discussions encouraged me to think more deeply about the materials we explored and to approach them with greater creativity and openness. The activities allowed me to apply my critical thinking skills in new ways, and as someone passionate about literature, I particularly appreciated the opportunity to engage with text on a deeper, more personal level. So this course has taught me that literature is not just about the act of reading stories. It is about engaging with power, memory, resistance, and transformation. Literature is a lens through which we can examine systems of power, identity, and the politics of representation. It has taught me to think critically about how narratives are constructed, and to recognize the ways in which literature can challenge and transform societal norms. The discussions, readings, and activities were essential in fostering a deeper understanding of these complex ideas and in encouraging me to approach the text with creativity and critical thought. This course has also shown me the literature is not about finding the correct interpretation, but about engaging with the text in a meaningful and honest way. I've learned to trust my voice and to see value in my personal perspective. The freedom to imagine, to interpret, and to connect emotionally with the materials has made the course both intellectually stimulating and emotionally fulfilling. I now realize that literature is not just a subject to be studied. It is a way of engaging with the world, of understanding and reflecting on both the personal and collective human experience. As I reflect on this term in GE Lit 2, I realized that the course was not just an academic requirement, but a transformative space for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. Through the modules, class discussions, and creative activities, I was able to engage with literature, not just as a student, but as someone seeking to understand the world and my place in it. Literature has taught me to listen to voices, challenge dominant narratives, and find new ways to think, feel, and imagine. It has helped me develop a more empathetic, critical, and open approach to the world. Looking beyond the classroom, I now understand that the lessons I've learned from this course will continue to shape the way I read, write, and relate to others. The mindset of curiosity, critical inquiry, and openness to diverse perspectives will stay with me long after I leave the university. This subject has reminded me that learning is a lifelong process, and the insights I've gained will continue to influence the way I engage with literature and with the world. That's all. Thank you.